Hello.
Hello,
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good. Thanks for asking. So we can start solving the questions, okay? So, what data structures you are comfortable with? How many questions in each data structures have you solved?
Okay, I am pretty it has been a while since I did competitive coding, but
Hmm.
when I when I used to do it, I think I got pretty comfortable with arrays and linked list was also fine from what I am recollecting. I think the queue and stack was all I was able to do that well. Um, Definitely was not able to pick up the trees very well.
Okay.
Um, like the I'm trying to, yeah, when
Let's
it
solve, yeah, let's start solving the questions, okay? Trees are very easy. So if you feel difficulty in trees, that means we have to solve more about on this recursion part, okay? So we'll
okay,
do that. But let's start solving few array questions, okay, today. And
okay,
we will solve as much as we can. Okay, so you can share your screen and open the lead code. Or do you use any ID like IntelliJ or any ID you prefer? So you can.
I prefer IntelliJ, but I have the Leetcode open. Would have to set IntelliJ back. I don't think so. I have it pretty set up on my laptop yet as of now, but I can do that. Before we go into the questions, I was hoping to know what the session plans would be moving ahead, just so that I have an idea as to what to look forward with, and also what I should be doing during the days that we do not have these sessions.
Yeah, so what we will do, we will solve pattern wise, like not pattern wise as well as topic wise. Okay, so we we will cover. We will start. Let's say the array questions. Arrays, in arrays we have different patterns, right? Like two pointers,
Yes.
sliding window, prefix sum. We will solve that. Even recursion also we can solve using arrays on recursion. So then we can move, let's say, the strings, okay, array strings, and then linked list or stack queue, then tree, graph, dp, grid, like that. We will go topic wise, okay. uh, so and we will follow some, you can hear me, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So we will follow some like top interview questions. We'll solve all the important interview questions from there, and as well as the other questions as well. Okay, so not only the top interview questions, so we'll solve the other questions as well. So first of all, I will try. We will try to finish all the top interview questions, and
Okay.
also along with that, I will give some task, uh, so which is similar to that pattern. Okay, for the question we solve today. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so let's start a very simple array question. Um, have you solved the two sum problem?
Um, I think so. Again, I think there was like 2 to 3 years ago when I even did this, and I'm just trying to get back into this. So even if we have to start with like the basic question, let's start over there.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So this is the two sum is a basic question. It's the easiest question, and just solve it first. Just go there.
Okay.
So in the interviews they will not give ask you what is two sum, like solve the two sum problem, right? So just read the content, like the read the question, and what they do here in the like they will change maybe the parameters, they will change. So in the interviews they follow the lead code. Obviously they follow the lead code, but they change the parameter, they change maybe here the integers are there, they may add some negative values in it. Okay, so they will change that. So you have to understand each of the problem statement how it works. So they will not directly give a lead code question. Okay, they will change it and add more constraint over it. And if you're comfortable solving each of this question, the top interview question, they also follow the top interview question mostly. So if you understand each of the question very well, the constraints also, you can solve it easily. Okay, so
Okay.
just read it, the two sum problem. First, the question, yeah, understanding is the key of like key here. Okay. So given
Um,
an array of integers nums and an integer target, return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. Okay. You may assume, yeah, just read it. You
you
can
may
read
assume that
live.
each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. Okay. So,
Let's say in the interviews they may ask you, you may use the same element twice. Okay, here it is mentioned not to use. Okay, so
right.
like that they change. Okay, but the question remains same. The solution will change. Okay, so now what is the intuition behind this? Like, what do you think the brute force solution should be?
So, what I'm thinking right now, since they say that we are not assuming that the same element is twice, we can use like a two-pointer solution where one of the indices is on, like, we start one of the pointer at the starting of the um array and the other one at the end of the array. I don't know.
Let's start solving from the brute force. Okay, brute force means naive approach. Naive approach, what you can do, you can use two loops. Okay, so um, okay, so how do you search leave it? So uh, you're comfortable with for loops, right? So
Yeah.
if you find, let's say, yeah. So in the interviews, if you even if you could not solve the problem optimized way, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
try to give the solution in the brute force. Okay, so you have nums, right? So you have arrays. So what you can do? So come on.
So
Yeah.
I can start with like one loop at the start, like start both of them at the starting. And
Yes.
for the second loop, I tried with the first one, and if it doesn't, we keep going till the second one. And if we did not find the solution, we move the first pointer next, and then we
Yes.
just
So
keep going in that route.
yeah, so you have to start. This is the brute force I'm telling. So you have taken, you are at the current of two, right? So what you
Yes,
have to do, you have to iterate all the remaining elements and you have to compare each of them. Okay, so
yes,
if the
yeah.
sum is target or not, if the sum is target or not. So you have the two nested loops. Okay, the time come. So in this case, you need as you need two loops. So what is the time complexity? You think?
It will be n square
In square and why?
because it's like each the for loop is n, or the length of the array. So that's n.
Hmm.
And we're doing it n into n. Would that be?
Hmm. We are traversing the almost the array twice. Okay, each of the element we are trying to traverse at least twice. You can
Yeah.
think about it. Okay, so this is the brute force. We have to optimize it. Okay, so brute force, usually the interviewers do not ask you to write. Okay, just tell me. Okay, I think like this is the brute force. Now I can optimize this solution with a like two pointer. Okay, okay, so two pointer. Okay, how to use the two pointer here?
Um, so for the two pointer, what I was thinking is that we start one over here. So the one pointer is at the two and the other one is at the five. And
Let's
no, yeah. but we won't do 7.
Why
Yeah.
two pointer? Why two pointer here? Why
I was
need
thinking of one way, but I don't think so. It is going to work the way that I was thinking because I was like, we'll start 1 at 2 and 5, and we'll keep iterating. This one will go forward and this one will go backward. But in that way, we won't get all the combinations. So the 2-point approach that I was thinking would not work.
Yeah, so array is not shorted. Is it given here? Array is shorted. Array is not shorted. So in the second example, you could see the array is unshorted. So the first example is sorted, right?
Right.
You have to also constraints part. Just check it. The array's length, each of the numbers in the arrays, the target also. Only one valid answer exists. Okay. So array is not sorted. Okay.
No.
If array is sorted, you can do that from the starting and the ending. You can sum up and you can compare with the target. That will not work here.
Yeah.
But if you again sort that array, it is base time in login, right? So we do not need that. We do not want to do the sorting here. Without
Okay.
sorting, we need to optimize it to order of n, right? So we need some data structure which store at least what elements we are visiting. Okay, so it is actually adding more space complexity, but reducing the time complexity.
Okay.
So, so we
So
can
with
take,
data
uh,
structure.
yeah, you can tell me.
Oh no, I was
Mm.
asking, which data structure would we be using?
So if we store, we need to, what we need to return? First tell me what you need to return.
We need to return an array with two, uh, with the answer, like with the indices of the answer, I think, give an array. Return, yeah, indices of
Yeah.
the two numbers such that they add up to target. So we have to return the indices in which the numbers add up to the target
Hmm. So we need to store the indices somewhere, right? We need
in
to
an
store.
array, it looks like.
So yeah, so we need a key value pair type of data structure. Okay,
Okay.
so key value pair because each of the array elements, what is the indices we are visiting. Okay, so uh, hash map fits here. Okay, why hash map fits here? Oh, what is map? Do you know map?
Yes, yes. So I'm not too familiar with, like, I know the concepts of map, not sure about the implementation, but yeah, hash map is like a key value pair. Um
Hmm.
so I'm
Key
trying to
value
think about
pair.
the implementation which uses hash maps.
Sorry, I
Um
missed that. Can you tell me?
oh no, so I know what
Hmm.
hash map is. So we have a key which we can based on the key we can extract the value when we use hash maps.
Yeah. So here, let's say the uh, key is the array elements and the value is the indices. Okay, indexes. So
Okay.
if you store, let's say, two and indices as 0, right? And 7 is with 1, right? At the same time, there is something called one pass or two pass. One pass or two pass means a number of iterations or loops you are using. Okay, we are trying to use a one pass solution. Okay, we can use multiple loops also, but
Okay.
I want to optimize it the further. Okay, for this optimization using a one pass means one loop. Okay, so let's say I start traversing this array. Okay, I start traversing the array, and also each element I am visiting, I have the target, right? So I am at the same time I am building the hash map. So what you can do first, you can build the hash map with a key and value pair. Okay, value is the indices and key is the element. And next time you iterate another loop and find out if the target minus the element is already present in the key in the hash map or not. Okay, why hash
Oh,
map? The complexity of get and put operation is best is constant. Okay, order of
okay,
port is complexity. Okay, so that is one of the benefit of using hash map here. So if you target minus element, the indices you are the element you are visiting is already there in the hash map. That means you got the answer, right? So and also mention there is only one possibility is there. Okay, if you get that
okay,
answer, just return. You do not need to traverse again another numbers. Okay, so you can use two loops. One is building the hash map. Another loop is to search the hash map. That is two pass algorithm. Okay, but if you use a single pass or one pass, you can at the same loop you are just building it and also searching it. That reduces the number of loops. So start writing the code. You understand, right? Let me just let me just give the intuition 1 minute. So what I am telling, so one, you have to key and value pair. So in hash I am giving some as you are a Java background, so I am telling the internal architecture of hash map. Okay, so it will be
okay,
helpful. So we have the key and one is the value. Okay, so these all are called in Java, we say buckets. Okay, in hash map, these are called buckets in map. Okay, hash map is the implementation of map. Map is the interface, and hash map is a class. Okay, so these are called buckets. So in the interviews, in the Java interview specifically, they might ask you how hash map this when you use a get or put, how it works. Okay, let me just give 2 minutes. I am telling you. So when you use a storing something, let's say put. Okay, put start with put. Okay, what you put a key and value pair, right? And which bucket it will get, like you have to fit in, you have to first search the hash code of the key. Okay, what is hash code? Each of the object has a unique identifier called int identifier, integer. So that is called hash code. Based on the hash code, you have to identify the indices. Okay, there is a formula basically based upon the key. Basically the key is mapped to a, so you can think of key is mapped to a bucket index. Okay, so now you find out, let's say a key is there. So here in our case, let's say 2 is the key. Okay, so you
mhm,
find out it is the implementation. It will not ask you in the interface. Okay, so
okay,
maybe this is the uh, index, like index point in the hash bucket place 2. So and another thing, hash map is not shorted, right? So these two can go anywhere. Okay, so uh,
okay, okay,
based upon the hash code it decides. Okay, and the indexes. Okay, so based upon the hash code you can think of. So now based upon that, there are also some collision might happen in hash map. We can discuss about that more in detail. Okay, so anyway, so you could just solve this. Start building the hash code. Sorry, start building the hash map first. Let's use two loops. Okay, use a loop and build the hash map. And I will optimize. We can optimize it with one loop. You understand, right? Yeah.
yes. So we are going to go through the length of the and then we're gonna put the value of the and then also the index. So
Yes.
this would be the hash map. Yeah, so this like that this would build out our hash map.
Yeah. You build the hash map.
And then,
Now you have to again iterate. You can use another loop. So you have to check the target minus the element you are visiting is already present in the hash map or not. If it is present, you just return it, right?
so we
You have to,
iterate
yeah,
through
you have to iterate.
through the hash map, right? In the
No, element. So again, you have to iterate each of the element of the array, and you have to compare here. So if the element, a target minus element, let's say you are at 2, right? So what you have to do, you have to, as I mentioned, the base time complexity to find out a hash element in the key is constant, but it could be collision happens, okay? Because the value could be multiple also. I will tell you more about that, the hash map implementation. But let's say you are at 2, okay? So and the target is with you 9. So what element you are searching for? 9 minus 2, right?
right. So
So
that
each time you are visiting the element, you have to you have to check the hash map if 9 minus the element is present or not. So element means array of I. Here nums of I. So nums of I. So target minus nums of I. If the hash map dot contains key is the target minus nums of I is there or not. If it is
okay.
there,
Yeah.
you just return it. On in the map there is a, in Java we have a contains key. It checks each key if the key is present or not. Okay.
Okay. Contains key, and that would be because we need target minus nums of I. And if we find that, so I need to also create an array for result.
Yeah, you can create that, or yeah, in the return also you can. Yeah, that is also fine. Another thing in Leetcode, specifically, if you for the return only to return, if you are using creating any extra data like extra storage, it will not consider as a space complexity. Okay. In the
Okay.
interview, you just mention that here I have taken a extra array to just return the result. So it could be negligible. So it based upon that, just inform to the interviewer. I have taken another extra space for only to return something. Okay.
So if not this way, what would be the other way if I do not want to, like, is this the way I have to go and just inform them? Or is there any other way that I can return without taking the extra space?
No, well, you need a space here
Okay.
because the return type is integer. So what you can do, I will tell you. At the return time only you can create a array. So, but yeah, just do that.
So you said put and get, so that will be get. And then we need whatever this is.
No, what you need to do?
Because over here for yeah,
I contains of yeah.
this should be actually J. So
Yes, nums of J. You can use the same indexes also because you are using two different loops. You can II also fine. Or better in the interviews, mention index of like the variable name at index. Okay, so it is more meaningful. Okay, so yeah, and return that at the end. Yeah, so you are returning after if or after for?
So I'm returning after if, but I should return after for, I think, right?
Yes, otherwise if each time, like the first time only it will return a,
Yeah, okay.
right? Even though it could not find, it returns again. Okay.
So this is after the loop. So I can try running this.
No, you have to return two times here. 1 minute. So one is if you find that from the if block itself, inside the if only you return. If you do not find, you return an empty array. Hmm. Understand? Just think about that. So if you go inside if means you got the result. Okay.
Right,
You
right.
just written that. You do not need to iterate again because why you need only one result is there. It is mentioned. If
Yes.
there is multiple result, you cannot return from inside the if. Okay, the question might change again.
Okay.
Okay, so here you just return it. If the question says multiple result could be possible, so again you need another like not array. You need what you need. You need another list of arrays maybe. So where you need to store list of arrays you need. Okay. Uh, you have added more. No, one parenthesis is extra parenthesis. So line number 14, it is highlighted, right? Okay, so the problem is cannot find the symbol. Okay, hash mark the space, just remove the
Um,
space.
I
Oh,
think the hash map should be like this.
yeah. And there is hash H is missing. But the thing is that I'll tell you what test case is wrong.
So we like this one where it's 3 to 4, the target is 6. We're getting
Okay.
0.
Can you dry run with that example? It's dry run. You have to find out the problem. So that first, let me tell you. So hash map is the interface. Sorry, class, right? Map is the interface. So always the best practice using this kind of implementation. The left side, uh, solid principle or design patterns, different design patterns.
Yes.
Okay, so for loose couple applications, we always use the interface in the left side. Okay, so use
Okay.
map here, only map. Okay,
Only map.
yeah. So let's say you are creating a array list. So
Mm.
the left side will be only list and the right side will be the class name. So that you can use another implementation also in future. Or okay, so no, right side will be the class. Left
So
side
now,
will be the interface. Yeah.
okay, so hash map is the class and map is the interface.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
on the left side, we will be using the interface, and on the right side, we can use the class.
Class.
So would
Why?
it
Because
just,
you can use you can only create object of class. You cannot create object of a interface, right?
yes, and would it follow the same thing during list? Like, would
Yes.
list be an interface and linked list be a class?
Yes. An
Okay,
array list also a class.
okay, okay,
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah, just follow this because the developers do not like hash map equals hash map. Okay, so if you do like this, it will be good. So just try run with 3, 2, and 4. Okay.
So, we would create a hash map with 3 to 4 as the key and then 0, 1, 2 as the interface. Oh, I know what's happening. So I think our implementation is not taking in consideration that we may not use the same element twice. What might be happening is that it is coming to 3 and might have been considering 3 itself as the target. So
Hmm.
That's why we're getting 0, 0 instead of
Mhm.
0 instead of 1, 2. So when our code is coming over here, it is coming to the 3 and then it's considered 3 itself. So I think
Yes.
we may need to.
So what is the target of nums of J? So target is 6, right? 6 minus 3 means 3. So it is
Yes.
already present there.
So I
Okay.
think we may need to
It is
like,
considering the same element twice.
yes. So maybe having like another if condition where we should say that um this one is not equal to maybe that should work.
Run that.
Um, map contains, why is this? Incomparable type boolean and int.
No, contains key gives you Boolean.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Contains key means contains key, the name suggests, right? If it is contains or not. So that means Boolean. So
Okay,
the
so I
yeah.
think we could do
So you can
and not equals to j itself. Because this would get us the index. The map dot the get dot target or num j will get us the index. And that should be not equal to this one.
no, you just compare the array element itself. So if the nums of j not equal, okay, the maps, what you are, yeah, just tell me again, what is the intuition you found?
So I found map dot target dot num dot j. So whatever this one found, right? So it contains key. So we get the key value. So how do we get the index value? How do we get the index, the value? Because this one is getting us the,
Value. Get, you when you use the get means you are getting the value of that index of that key.
how do we get the key value? Is there a way to
Key
find the key value?
key value means only for the key you are saying, right? Or the value part of that key.
The value of the key, not the key part, not the value. Because right now
Okay, so
we
when
don't
you use
have,
gate, you have to pass a key. Okay,
right,
gate you have to pass the key and the result is the value. So here you are passing the key here inside gate and your result is a value. If the value is not equal j itself, right?
yes.
You need a bracket here, basically curly braces.
Oh, okay, that's what I was missing, I think.
Only for one statement you do not need to use. Otherwise, you need to use.
Yeah, I think I might be this was something that I might be missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
So
not.
you just yeah. No, it is fine. You just submit it and use a one loop only now.
One loop. Okay, so we will put,
Try. First try.
and then we'll do this one
So
as,
understand. Just 1 minute. Just understand that what is contains key and what is get here. If you understand that, it will be easy for you. Do not
okay.
forget.
So I
What is
think,
content? What is the parameter of contains key and what is the parameter of a get method? And what is the result of that? Contains
so,
key,
yeah.
you are passing a key itself. So contains key the parameter. So get and contains key both takes the parameter as key. Contains key gives you as a true or false result. Okay, if
Okay.
it here or not. Okay, if you have IntelliJ, I could show you actually. Okay, so but next day I could show you.
Yeah, I will
Anyway,
have IntelliJ ready on my system.
yeah. So after this contains key, you just write equals true also. Okay, no. There will be a little change. Okay, here. So you okay. So 1 minute. So you can write the true. Here you do not write the true because if it is not it is optional, right? To writing true. And get
Right.
is getting the value for the key associated to it. Okay.
Okay.
So you understand it better. Okay. So you understand it now. So
Yeah.
now what is the problem here? What is error you are getting?
So we're getting, I'm not sure why we're getting this error because we're getting 0, 0, which shouldn't this one take care of it because we are making sure that our
No, here, yeah. Here it is optional. This you do not need to check that. Okay, let's see what you have. What is your intention? You are putting that in the key in the map.
right.
Uh, you are checking if the map contains that target or not, right? And if
Yeah.
it contains the target, you create that result and you are returning that. Okay. Hello.
Yes. My only thing is why is it going inside this if loop because we have map dot get
Hmm.
target, which we will be getting from here, which will be also the 0, 1,
Take an
but
example. It's better. Take an example. So let's say 3 to 4 itself.
yeah,
Okay. And what you are doing now. So first loop starts. Let's say it 3 is the first element. So you just put here and you are checking if the target means what is the 6. If 6 minus 3 is there or not. So it is
right.
there.
Yes.
It matches, but it
Yes.
is not correct.
Yes, but then wouldn't this loop take care of that? Because we get like we get the 3. So no, we get the here the index is 0 and 0 should not be equal to 0 for us to go in over here. But why is this entering this loop, this if condition?
First of all, if it is still entering, like you are comparing, so this is a bad performance issue, okay, in your application. So though you are do you know singleton design pattern?
No.
Okay, then it's fine. So there is a concept called two-way locking, two-pass locking. Okay, so here, so the thing is that first understand. Let's say yeah, this line 14 line gives you the duplicate result. Okay, but
Yeah.
15 line we are again comparing if the target minus nums of j means 6 minus 3 is 3 is not equal. J means what? J means okay, target of okay, gate of 3
So that's 0.
is the value is gate of 3 means not 0, it's 1 actually, right?
No, so it should
Okay,
be
how do you put that? Okay, the indexes, right? So yeah, it's 0 only. Sorry, bad. We are storing the indices, not count. Okay, yeah, is the index 0? Yeah, so gate of 0 gives you 0, and it's not equal the j. J means again 0. Okay, it's equal, right?
yes, since it
It
is
is not equal
equal,
means it is skipping this if block, right?
Yes, but then it should not be equal to 0. Like these both should not be equal, then only it will go to this,
Oh,
right?
yes.
So we are only if this is true, we will go into this. But as you saw 0 equal to 0, so on line 15, if condition is false, so we shouldn't
Yes.
be going into this.
Yeah. But again, loop counts again. So, but you miss some here. You will miss some results if you go like that. Okay. So let's move to 2. Okay. So you put 2 here, and what is the count index 1? So
Yeah,
now what will happen? So it is checking 6 minus 2 is present or not. 6 minus 2 is 4, right?
present.
So
Yes.
map of the gate of 4. Gate of
Yes.
4 is not there. 4 is not there in the map,
Right.
right? So it skips the first for if only. Okay. And again, it checks 4. You put 4 here, okay, with 2. Now, what you have to do? So
Then it will
map,
be 6 minus 4.
yeah, 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 gate of 2 gives you contains. It first check the contains. If it is contains, it is contains true, right? So now what you have to do, you have to the next if condition, if map of gate target the 2. So target, just write it somewhere. So target minus nums, what is that? 2, right? Target
Yes.
minus means 6 minus 4. Now, so gate of 2 means 1. 1 is not equal j. J is what now?
2.
No, j is 2. 0, 1, 2, right? J is not, so 1 is not equal to, so you are different elements now, means you are not considering duplicates. So it
Yes.
is going inside. What is the what j here? So 2
Yeah. And this will be 1.
target minus nums of j.
Yeah. So we're getting the result for this test case, 3 comma 2 comma 4. We're getting the result.
Yes.
So
Uh,
the test case
what
that's
is the
failing is 3 comma 3 and the target is 6.
yes. So here the problem will be because these loops is always like rejecting all these same elements. Okay, just try with 3 and 3. The problem will
Let me
so the result could be in any order. That is a possibility. So in the second, so here you can return 1, 2, or 2, 1. The indexes that will be not,
yes.
that will not be problem. So let's say 3 and 3, right? So because we need to remove this if block. Okay. Anyway, but we have to understand why. So if 3, okay, let's say not this 3, 3 will come later. So we stored 3 here. Another thing in the interview, just tell that base time complexity of uh, using the gate method is base time complexity is constant, not the worst constant. In the worst, there will be collision. Okay, just tell them in the interview. Okay, okay. So now 3. Okay, so what you have to do, 3 with 0 index, right? So
Mhm.
now contains target. Okay, now target is you need to you got this, and in the next for loop you skip that, right? Just yeah, just write on.
So on line 13, we put 3 comma 0. And then we go to line 14 and we see 6 minus 3. And we find that it's here. And then we go to line 15 and our value is 0. which is equal to 0 over here. So it should skip this. And then we come back to 13. We can also like debug if we want to.
Yeah, you can debug, but dry run will give you more in.
Yes,
Like,
so let me annotate my thought. So we'll get 3 and here we'll get 1. And we'll see 3 contains target nums. So I think over here, I don't know how this would work because we have 2 possible answers.
no. Just think about that. What is target here? 6
6,
minus 3.
we'll have
So
3,
gives you 3.
right?
Okay. So now it is checking if contains key. The problem will be here. The key in Java in map does not contain any duplicate.
Okay,
In Java, like in the map doesn't contain any duplicate, but what you are doing here is a duplicate one. Okay.
right.
But so the problem here, so when you are putting that, first it will check. So this is wrong. 1 minute, I am telling you. So the next time, let's say not, I did not. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Okay. So this is the map. Okay. The first is 3 you are putting. Okay, it's 0. So next time when this again loop iterate, it will check it, the same element is coming. Okay, and it checks if the 3 is already there. Okay, so this is a collision. Okay, this is a collision. This is the example of collision. Okay, 3 is already there. You cannot use another bucket to store another as the same key. So now there is a equals method in Java. Okay, so it will check if the key is equals or not. Okay, first it will check 3 is equals 3 only, right? So
Mhm.
what it will do, it will override that 0 with 1 the next for the next 3. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay.
otherwise if the equals gives you false, okay, then you have to use another bucket list of buckets here. Okay, so to store that. Okay, so first you have to check with equals. If the equals gives you the same object as a key, so you just override. If the equal says that, okay, no, these two keys like the two keys are different, you can use a different a linked list for the chain of the values. Okay, the values will be a chain now, not a single object, a list of objects. So for this collision, we use a linked list for some threshold. After the threshold, so there is a threshold, okay, for the list size of the value. So after the threshold, you have to use a red black tree. So that is the internal implementation of Java itself.
Okay.
Mapping. So first the value will be collision. For first the value will be linked list. After the threshold of linked list, the size of the linked list is exhausted, it will internally convert it to a red black tree itself, which is a balanced binary search tree. Okay. So here the next time, what will happen? Next loop iterates. So 3 and you put 1. Okay. So now it is checking. So 6 minus 3 is 3 and J is also 3. Okay. Gate of I is now in the inside loop. What is happening?
It is checking if the 1 is equal to 1.
Yeah. 1 is not equal to 1, but 1
Yeah.
is equal to,
Yes.
that is the problem here. Because it overrides the previous 3 0. Okay, so that's the problem, and it could not even go inside, and it is returning from there itself. So do one thing, you just remove this. You understand this collision part, right? How
Yes.
they override the key, because key cannot be duplicate.
So I got rid of that.
Yeah,
But after removing that, we have two failed test cases.
Let's see.
But also like the previous solution where we had two different for loops that worked perfectly.
Yeah, what is the difference? So here you are doing, so you are building the map at the same time you are traversing.
Okay.
In the previous example, let's say 3 and 3 comes. What will happen?
The
That is,
second three would overlap,
yeah,
override.
P is a collision again.
Yes.
3, first 0, right? And 1. It will be second time it will overlap and it will override the indices basically. Then you have to just dry run with the previous example. You will understand what is the difference here.
So are we dry running this solution or this solution?
Okay, let's dry run this solution first. Let's fix the error test cases. What is expected here? What you are returning? Just see in the test case. See the test case.
We're returning 0, 0 because it is doing 3, 3 after we removed that if statement. And over here, we're also again returning 0, 0 instead of 0, 1.
See, when you are building the map in this solution, when you should build the map, that is the problem. So when you should build the map, is
So
it cutting of the loop or is it somewhere else? Just think about that.
I think we put the number and like we check, and then if we do it,
No, you are outside of the for loop now.
oh, okay, this is not where I wanted to. I wanted after the if statement. This is where I wanted it to add. Okay, so now it is passing, and if I submit it,
Yeah, it is accepted, but why?
so I can dry run it. We can start with this test case. So when we have so over here, we are checking for we have J as 0, and we have an empty map, and we are checking our target minus num. So that's 6 minus 3. We have nothing. So we come to this statement and we add 3, 0.
Mhm.
And then we go back over here. Our map, it checks. So now we are at J is where J is 1. So it checks our target, which is 6 minus 3, which we already have in our map. So our J, our first one is 1, and this one is 0. So we return a result 1, 0.
Yes, but if you mention before the after this for loop, what is the difference now?
So
You have to identify the problem, right? So what the problem you encounter and what and you already solved that. But what was the problem?
so the problem was that we were having collision when in the map we were trying to add the same key twice. So
Yes.
the 0 was getting overwritten by 1. But if we recognize this as a solution before we try to overwrite it, we get our result.
Yes. So we are trying to avoid the collision here.
Yes.
But what will happen the previous solution for the same example?
So in the previous solution, we were trying to override the first 3 with the next same value as key. So we were running into collision and with overwriting, due to which we were getting, when the map was trying to look for it, we were just getting the same indices as the answer.
No. I'm saying that two loops solution, the previous solution.
For the previous solution, yes, I think that's the one question that I do have, because when we had two loops, why we were not running into collision at that point?
No, we are running collision. How this map is built. So that was the, you asked me, so I was thinking to try run that. So 3 is the example, right? So the
Yeah.
map, the question says there is no, like, they did not mention that there is no duplicate. So duplicates could be possible. So 3 is there. Now what will happen?
So for the two loop, when we are just building a map, we'll go and we'll get 3 and we'll 0. And oh, okay. And we were in two loop, we were still overwriting this as 1.
Hmm.
But when we came over here and when we had our j as 0, which, and when we came to this one, we were target 6 minus 3, and we were seeing this solution. So our j was
J
0.
is not equal, J is not equal 0. So it goes inside.
Goes inside. Okay, that makes sense. Even like in our, when we still had two loop, we were still running into the collision though.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But here we not, we skip the collision.
Okay. Yeah,
Collision is a bad performance issue in our applications.
that makes sense.
So what will happen if the array is sorted? So this is another question. If you go to the description and scroll down at the bottom, at the end of this page. So similar question, open the similar question. And the third one. What will happen this array is sorted?
So for the array sorted, we can use a 2-pointer solution. So we start one on
Read the question. First read the question.
okay.
Yes.
Given a one indexed array of
When yeah, so in the interviews, do not jump to the solution. So they may think that okay, you memorize this thing. Okay, so better you just pretend like you are understanding it better. Okay, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Given a
Now,
one,
now in the interview, if they ask you like the if they mention the array is sorted, you can ask ask in the interviewer that is it ascending order or descending order. It gives you a like good impression. Okay, you understand what is sorting then. Is it ascending or descending? Here it is saying the non-descending means ascending.
given a one indexed array of integers, numbers that is already sorted in non-decreasing order. So it's non-decreasing. Okay. Find two numbers such that they add up to a specific target number. Let these two numbers be numbers index 1 and numbers index 2, where index 1 is greater or equal to 1 or numbers dot length. Return the indices of the two numbers added by 1 as an integer array of length 2. The test is they have exactly one solution. You may not use the same element twice. Your solution must use only constant extra space. Okay. So for this, so this is a sorted in ascending order. We are reaching to target 9. We may not use the same number twice, and it only has one solution.
See the constraint. Follow the
we
constraints.
sorry.
No, constraints are given, right? Your solution must use only constraint extra space. So here you cannot take any extra space like map. So now go like scroll down. The constraints, the number length, all is sorted in this, and this constraints that the test this says there is already only one extra solution. So let me just tell you first. I have few meetings.
Did we reach a 1 hour?
No, just we can do some more time. Okay, now the thing is that so 2, 7, 11, and 15. I'm giving you the intuition. We can solve that. Okay. So we have two pointers pointing to the start and end. Okay. We are
Right.
summing the two and comparing with 9. If that is greater than 9, so because we already know this is sorted means the left right part, like the right side is always greater.
Freedom.
So
Right.
we decrement the right here. So we have to again compare 2
Seven.
with 11. Okay.
Right.
Again, greater means you have to go
Mhm.
left side of that. Like you have to reduce the right pointer minus minus. So again, you have to take 2 and 7 and you have to compare. So you got that result. If it is given as more greater, the target is greater, you have to move the left pointer further. Okay. You have to understand based upon the target, we have to traverse, like we have to change the pointer. If the target is greater than the sum, move left side, just decrement the right pointer. And if the sum is greater than the target, move the move the left pointer plus plus.
Okay.
Now just solve it. It will take 1 minute. It's very easy.
Okay. We'll take 2
A
points.
is not 0, right? So
Oh,
no, no,
yeah.
no, not A. Use left and right. It will give you good left and right.
And then right is not 0. It is um
Nums,
wrong.
length. Yeah. Yes, correct.
Okay. So should be it be numped on length minus 1, right?
Yeah. Not parenthesis. Parenthesis is for string length.
Okay,
For
yeah.
array length, you need that parenthesis.
It's numbers dot length minus 1.
Yeah.
So we can start with I equals 0, I int I equals, and then this would be numbers dot length I plus plus.
Nums length, you can take it as a right also, and you. So that you already compute the right, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it could be uh, I minus right. And when you write nums, there is a problem. You have to understand. Okay, make it the previous one. So the loop will, there is a problem. How many times the loop will iterate? But yeah, now solve that.
Okay, so we have I int, so if left, okay, so we have target, right? And we have the addition. So if left plus right, we have greater than target. We do right minus minus, else if left plus right is less than our target, we will do left plus plus. then else we would return our result, which I have not created, which I have to like also make a result. So
No, you are comparing left plus right. So you have to compare the value, right? So you are using the
oh
index.
yes. So I will go ahead and fix that. I was just creating like the base before
Yeah.
going ahead and doing that. So we should have this should be our numbers. And then we should have our result.
Target is okay. Please better.
0 should be our result left. Right.
Considering the indexes, right? So they need the indexes only. Okay.
So let's see what happens. Um, oh, so I'm just like one off on each? No. Oh yeah, 1 comma 2, 1. Okay, so it looks like we're redundant. Something is happening where due to which we're starting with 0. Like all of them are like off by 1, which makes me think that I am storing the right index, but due to some reason, because like 0 comma 1 is 1 comma 2.
Yeah, so that's the question. Say you have to read the question very carefully.
Return the indices of 2 numbers added by
We need
1.
one.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So the question is very like weird, right? So why they need one?
So this should work because I had everything right. I was like, everything is just off by 1, but I had it right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. So what we can do here?
hello.
Yeah, give me one. Yeah, so here you have taken an extra array. Like we can just do one thing, return new here array itself, new int array, like that also you can write. Okay, and you can pass as a param like that here. Then you can just keep that. But if you are comfortable with that, it's fine. You can write like that also. You can find
Okay.
some this kind of return. So it is also creating an array at okay, but we are not referring like there is no reference variable.
Okay. So, but like this is still okay, just like a different way of writing.
Yeah, different way of writing. This is accepted. Your solution is accepted. You will get the job. So the next I am giving you an exercise.
Okay.
So the exercise, now we will follow, this is the, we will follow a study plan, okay? From the Leetcode only. So we'll solve, so I am giving a string question, okay? So the question is, you have to reverse a string.
Reverse a string. Okay.
And that is homework. In the link place, in the Leetcode, just search it. I think 151.
Mhm.
We will, we will solve array questions and I will give example, exercise from. So we'll solve first. Um, what's this? 151. I could just solve that.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Given an input string as reverse the order of the words, the word is.
Yeah, you can do it later as well. I
Okay.
need to, I have some meetings starting right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think I will see you on, I'm not sure if I will be available this Thursday, but I will let you know. I think next
Sure.
Tuesday works best again.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Please solve that and show me in the next class, okay?
Sounds
The
good.
solution.
Yeah, you have a good day.
Yeah, yeah, same to you. Bye. Good night.
Good night. Good morning to you.